understand. Hi, everybody. Happy Tuesday. I hope you're all having a great night. I was just trying to clean the distress oxides off of my desk kind of last minute because I got distracted looking at quilting patterns. Which is what I was just doing. I'm just gonna kind of wait a few minutes and see if people come in. Hello, Jaboy. Hello, Tammy. And Mr. Airsoft Day is here. Okay. Yeah, I got distracted looking up at quilt patterns because that's what I've been working on since last week. Kind of until since last week. And I was trying to figure out the name of this pattern, but of course, Google was confused and wouldn't tell me. Just tell me the name. From thing to thing. I feel like those are kind of important ones. Let's see if I can do this. So I kind of have a little bit of show and tell today. I just want to show you what I've been doing this week since last week. I'm kind of excited about some of it. So, you know, Ginger Pam, the ginger cat lady, has all of this birthday list. And I was like, oh yeah, that's great. We can send birthday cards to everybody. So, and I do this every year. And I'm really, really bad. And I'm like, hey, I'll send cards to my sisters and my brother and my mom. And then I have my kids, because I have 2 kids. And my older son is married. So to his, and then my boyfriend's, then to my boyfriend's family. Yes, of course. And then, so every year I call my mom and I'm like, hey, when is, my sister's kids' birthday? When are my nephews and my nieces, when are their birthdays? Because I kind of generally know when they were all born, but I always forget the exact days. And I do this every year. And I called her last night to do this thing that's like an annual thing. And I don't know why she doesn't just call me ahead of time and be like, hey, I have all this figured out. So then I remembered 3 or 4 years ago, I wrote everybody's birthday down in my planner. And I even went through and I wrote down all my friends on Facebook. I got their birthdays and wrote them down in my planner. So when my mom was claiming to not know when all these birthdays were, I was like, well, let's sit down and find that planner and figure this out. So it was in 2023 was the last time I was super organized. So it's about time, right? To get super organized again. But this time what I did was I made a Google sheet. That's a perpetual calendar. And I added people to it who I wanted to remember. And so that's what this is. This is my perpetual calendar for birthdays. Okay, so I can remember all of these important people. And what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to put it in my other lists journal. So that's what I was doing last night. And I was very, very pleased. And then I got to send a copy of it to my mom. So next year when I call her, she's like, don't you have that like spreadsheet? She won't. Anyway, I thought it would help her out. Because then at least she doesn't have me calling her all the time. So I'm thinking, see, I should have sized these so that they would fit, right? Because now I'm going to have to cut them and put them like here in the middle. But it just has like all the days of the week. So it's 1 to 31 here. And then this is January, February, March, April. And I even kind of color coded it. So this is like the first 7 days of January. And then it gets darker as it goes down. So that hopefully like I can start thinking about sending a card out to people 2 weeks before this. So I can just look at all of these ones and see who's next, right? And then there's the rest of the year. This one's very long. So I'll probably cut these in half and just stick them in here in the center. And then I can put stickers or something around this to decorate it. That would be fun. I like it. How are you doing, Tammy? I'm happy to see you tonight. So there's that, and then I want to show you, because last week I was doing all this like paper quilting. Did you see what I had? Were you there the other night? I was on with Pam in the middle of the night. Probably not, because I know you work. I don't know what day that was. Maybe it was Sunday night. But I want to show you this other thing that I've been working on, which was I kept paper quilting after last week. So I've been doing a lot of that, especially over the weekend. And I kind of got to a place where I'm pretty happy with at least one. One of the patterns was really super cool. Awesome. Oh yeah, I did post it. Very cool. I'm super excited about it. Hi, Stacy May. I made a perpetual calendar with all of my family's like birthdays and everything on it. And I'm pasting it into my bullet journal now. Just because I'm going to show you some birthday cards I was making. So I spent, I don't know, an hour or two last night making a perpetual calendar to keep people's birthdays on. So I can see what I'm doing. Hello, Angela. I'm so glad you could come. I am doing great. Well, thank you, Angela. I appreciate that. It is always nice when people remember to give the thumbs up, because that helps, of course, to send me out into the land of the algorithm. Because that always seems like it's a little bit hit or miss. on whether or not you're lining up on who's out there. This is a friendly group of people, Angela. Very friendly. They like to say hello. Angela has a channel and she does lots of fun stuff. She's very fun to watch. Now they're out of order. Wait. Well, it is a fabulous channel. Now I've gone out of order. I went from April to September. So now I'm going to have to figure out how to fix this. Which I would imagine I can probably just put this in as a tip in. But then it's going to have to be a fold out too. How's that going to work? Tip in. That's what it's going to be. I guess is what I could do. I can't peel it out. It's totally fixable. Totally fixable. I mean, the easiest, simplest thing would be to just paper clip it on there and then it can come out. Why not? Right? But if I put a piece of washi tape on there, then it can fold out. And you can see everybody. That's probably what I'm going to do, is just print this one again, rather than try and invent some cool fold out way to do it. I think that is the way. Unfortunately, this is the big one, so it's definitely going to cover up all of that up. Okay. Hi, Graham. You probably shouldn't be on the laptop up there, bud. Probably not. Now you've lost all of our chat. You probably sent messages to like everybody. Okay. Laptops are warm, and I did, that's Grim. He is having some sort of a day, and he's been extra super clingy. extra super clingy here today. So I imagine we will probably see him back. And we had the space heater on last night, and he was parked right in front of it, fast asleep. Looked happy as could be. Happy as could be. Okay, so I will print that one out later. That was my perpetual calendar, and the reason I was doing that is because I was making all these like quilting patterns, and one of the things I was doing with them was making birthday cards. I'll show those too. I made envelopes too. But I was making them into birthday cards because they were super cool. And I was trying to think about all the things I could do with this, which was making cards and like artwork for the wall, and I don't know. Anyway, so I thought these were like super cool. So I wanted to show you those, and that's why I was trying to figure out my birthday list, because I was like, well, how many cards do I have to make? And I think the answer is around 75, more or less. Yay, but I'm paying for the whole year, so it's not like I'm going to make them all right now. And I might change them. But anyway, so that was fun last night. And so I've been making these quilt patterns, and I liked this one. And then I did this one on with Live with the Ginger Cat Lady. I did this, I think, Sunday night, Monday morning. And that's cool. And I'm not really sure what to do with it except for putting just a block around it so it goes around. But I liked it. I thought that was fun. And then there was this one, which is kind of the one that I finished. And I really like this one. So, sorry, I'm looking at the camera because it looks really choppy. Am I really choppy? So I really like this one. And this one is finished unless I decide to sew on it or something. Okay, great. I look choppy to me, so I'm not sure. Tell me if, like, I need to fix something. So I made this one, and it took forever because this pattern was, like, weird to work with because I had to keep trying to figure out how to do it. And then by the time I had it figured out, it was done. But it's like 9 by 12 inches. And I'm probably going to frame this one. I'll see. But I really liked it. So I scanned this one into the computer. And then I played around with the colors and printed it out in different colors. Let me know if it gets worse or if it's terrible. All right. I might have to change. I don't know if I can change the speed. Anyway, so I printed this one out in different colors and just tried changing the colors. So like these two are black and white. This one looks really blue though. It looks on the camera, it looks black though, I guess. But in person, it looks kind of like it has a lot of blue in it. But I thought that was really fun. And then I have these two because I was thinking about making like a pack of digital papers and including these in that. So that's my plan for that. I'm still kind of working on adding some more. But that was cool. It was really fun. This was like, so this paper, it's just patterned like scrapbooking paper. And the like blue striped paper was like striped. Here's a sliver of it that didn't cut right. So you just cut it into 1-inch squares and then you can like turn them to make the different patterns. It was really, really cool and kind of fun to figure out. Just cutting big pieces of sheets of paper into like small sheets of paper and redoing them. Thanks for stopping by, Angela. It was good to see you. Okay. So that's what I was doing. And so what I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to work on my scavenger hunt journal because I haven't done that for a while. So I have this whole pile of things that need to go in. And I found this pack of patterned paper that's like 8x12 or 8x8 that I'm not doing anything with. And it'll kind of match my pink and candy colored theme, I think, that I've been going with. I've been having a really pink, yes, a very, very pink January, I guess. I'm working, I don't know, I'm stuck in pink. I don't know. Usually I'm stuck on green and blue, but right now, not. So I have my list of things, and I have no idea what's even in this pile because, like I said, I haven't really been working on this. Got this letter from Tammy, though, so I can include my fib art. Got that. And you guys can help me with snark because I feel like I have a lot of snark, but also I don't do it on demand, only, you know, I just come by it naturally. So that's what I was going to work on and see where I could get to. And also, what is a memory board page? Is that like one of those like blackboards that you have the little plastic letters that you stick in? Is that like memory of the game? You've done your entire like prompt list? Wow. Okay. I have not, because I got sidetracked. I was like, hey, did you do memory board? What did you do? Because I started out in like the first week of January. I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to do all of this. I was calling it the candy conspiracies because I really like the conspiracy theory idea. I started writing conspiracy theories down. I have that. Okay. Cool. I could probably use a memory board. This is probably the thing that's missing in my life, honestly. Because awesome. Thank you. Oh yeah, I made this cute little Hawaiian person doing song lyrics. There's a face. All right. I should pull out all the washi tape. I have this cute little tag in my pile of things. I'll show you what Tammy sent me because she was my fib swap. So cool. She gave me a note. Okay. This is some coffee dyed paper. Very cool. And an ATC card. Hi, Cheryl. glad you made it. Thank you for sending, Cheryl sending me some floral wire. She was on live the other day and was making these cute bows with it on tags. So that's cool. And she sent me this piece of like window screen, which is super cool. Oh, and Cheryl's here too. I didn't see you pop up. Ink Pulp Cheryl was on live and sending, yes, the floral wire and making it like tag toppers for with the wire, which is very cool. And then Tammy also sent me this piece of like handmade paper, which is really cool because I've been wanting and saving like paper scraps, little itty bitty tiny paper scraps to make my own paper. But this is cool because now I already have some, and this is really cool. The texture is fantastic. So I'm going to put those things in my journal and see where we get to with that. I have this tag that I made, and I know that that's one of the things. So I hope you guys are having a fabulous night. I already put a butt on it. You can decorate this letter C. That'll be fun. I need to find my probably ink pen for that. Oh, that's fantastic. Maybe, oh, that might be what I'm smelling here. Oh, look, the rosemary. I think that one came loose. Anyway, very cool. It's really pretty. Very pretty. Love it. We'll put it to good use. And then I have a whole bunch of things in here from like Debbie Epps printout to use. These are like the Tracy Fox jumble dolls, which I know Tammy likes to use. Day off of the Man, you're going to mess up my chat. Okay. Do you live someplace where it gets cold? Because I thought that rosemary couldn't stay outside in the cold. But I've seen it like growing in some places where it's just like huge bushes in like San Diego and places like that. I think this counts for butterfly too. Which I have not gotten yet. I could put it as a tuck spot. The jumbly dolls are really, really cool. I really love growing my own herbs. That's awesome. I need to do more gardening. I did a lot of gardening like 2 years ago, and then last year I didn't do any. So now I've got to start all over. I'm going to be very indecisive here at the start. Hopefully I can get past that. Okay. I'm just going to leave these to write on my conspiracy theory. These are also the conspiracy theory. These are the companies that are involved in the conspiracy, like Snap Pop Industries. They have loud neon youth marketed candies. They are part of the conspiracy is sensory overload testing with all their pop props and all of that. Let's put this someplace. I put it here. There's a lot of structure from this pocket on the other side. And I kind of like that idea. I kind of like putting it in as a tuck space so that we can put things underneath. How's that sound? Maybe. Again, super indecisive here today. Hi, Pam. How are you? Were you here? Did you see when I threw Grim right off of the desk twice because he wants to jump up on the keyboard tonight? I hope you didn't wake up early for this, but I'm glad you made it. Pam doesn't sleep. Okay. Oh my gosh, Pam. Those were cute. Super cute. I'll have to do the next swap. I was in January off of joining anything in January. I am going to need to find, for sure, some sort of a closure for this book. Because it already does not want to close on its own. Which is fine. I'll just tie it shut with something. I am just looking for a paint pen. white or pink. I'm kind of thinking this page might need to have something like a cat pocket. Which we know we can do. Or I guess we can break out and do more C kind of things. I don't know. This is Decorate a Letter. Hi, Heidi. Thanks for joining. Welcome. Come on in. I'm working on my Janet Young SCAVVY journal tonight for a while. I know that's what Beth was working on earlier, and now she's painting dogs over there. All right. I'm going to count that as decorate a letter. I have, that's on here somewhere. I know it is. I also have a postage stamp somewhere, but it's got morel mushrooms on it that I drew when I was doing postage stamps back in December. So we'll have to create a new postage stamp. I think it might be fun to make a big postage stamp that's like maybe the size of a page. Wouldn't that be kind of fun? We've done that before. Let's do that. What do you guys think we should put on our postage stamp? I was sending out birthday cards, and so I got to go buy Global Forever stamps today. That was kind of fun, and it had a compass on it. That was fun. I should memorize this list because I can't find the decorate a letter. Which one is it? Most wanted poster. That would be fun. Oh, the prompt is butterflies. We put Tammy's butterfly in here, but we're going to have to add more butterflies. We can put more butterflies on that page because we don't have anything else going on there. I can just do a collage of butterflies. Oh, a candy stamp would be good. You're right. It is like my whole journal is kind of staying in that whole thing of candies. So a candy it is. use a rubber stamp. Wherever are we going to get one of those? I don't really dislike any colors. I'm beginning to dislike pink just because there's so much of it in here. Okay, well, I'll find it later when I find it because I want to mark it off, but I can't. That can be stickers. I have letter stickers. I also, when I made this journal, I made it with like removable pages. So I just did elastic in it to hold the pages in. So we can take stuff out and move it around. Here's my elephant. Here's my Willy Wonka. Okay. Oh, really? Oh. You know, I don't have the botanical journal that you guys are working on, but I have, I don't know, about 4 years ago, I did pages for basically a botanical journal. I was gonna like pick up leaves and stuff to put in it. And I did papers for it that were like paper bag and I inked them and they're gorgeous. And then I bound them this summer together and I have them and I have added nothing to it. So, see? I mean, look at these. They're gorgeous. And I even got leaves and things. I picked up leaves on my walks last spring. And completely empty. This is cool. This is like a manila folder. So I think it opens. Should open. There you go. It's got like a pocket. You can see where I did a really messy job. Oh, thank you, Tammy. That helps. I think I can like mark off famous landmark 91 too, because hiding behind the elephant, I included the pyramids. I think that's pretty good. This is like, it's got shiny like splatters of like watercolor. Really cool. I didn't bind this set. I was working on making my journals like actually smaller, but I did this cool binding on it too, on 2 of these. I did put a piece of my snippet strip from the Ephemerember on here. But cool, it's even got the stick, and it's got lichen on the stick. It's very awesome. I like these. Anyway, pyramids. It's hidden behind an elephant, but I figured that was fine. Should have been a camel. So I haven't worked on that, but I am going to finish this. Not tonight. Don't worry. Okay. Safety pin. That's going to be somewhere. All right. Let's mark that off. I can find decorate a letter. There you go. Again, what color did you use for a color you dislike? I used to have one, which was orange, but I don't dislike it anymore. So now what? Okay. I'm going to mark off a conspiracy page too, because there you go. I love green. Green's my favorite color. And so I even like baby poo green. I guess maybe. If it was like brown enough and green enough in that whole there, more like brown than green, that would probably work. It wouldn't go very well in my very pretty, like, candy colored journal, though. That's how, I guess that's the point, huh? And just have like this gross color. See, I already have light green. Like that, make it into something. Okay. Where do you want to put this postage stamp? What I got for Christmas was some stamp scissors. One of these is postage. Postal? Maybe? Maybe not. Stamp. There you go. This is not going to be the right size. These are going to be very small. But I'm going to make a stamp. I'm going to make it a full page stamp and see what we do. Because I have lots of pages to fill. So I am going to fill them. I could. I have postcards already. Can I just put one? It's really funny once you start like thinking about conspiracy theories, you kind of start to believe them. Because I've been making up candy conspiracies like all month long about how the candy companies are like changing the candy. Candies are disappearing. There's something wrong with the vending machine at work. Lights are kind of weird and makes you make weird choices. They kind of flicker weird. All that big candy is out to get us. Change things. And did you notice how like the I like the big idea too. But we'll probably make another like postcard stamp when we get to that part. Let us test. Let's not test on that. Let's test on this. Let's test these scissors and see if we're going to be happy with this. Cutting. I think that'll be fine. We're going to say it's going to be just fine for making a big postage stamp. Okay. Awesome. That will look cool. So now we need to decide what kind of paper do we want. Well, heck, we pulled this out, right? So we might as well make a postage stamp on one of these because I liked it and decided it would be cool. This looks like candy. Let's do this. It's perforated. I think. Now I have to figure out. I have I just made a journal cover. So it's got, I could cover something. I don't have anything to like put on the cover. But I made this fabric cover in like pink. If I did it in fabric, I could kind of sew it on, and that would be fun. And then it could like say something about, you know, SCAVVY Hunt 2026. Could be a commemorative stamp. I like that idea. Ooh. Put it here. Oh, that sounds cool. I don't have any Tim Holtz fabric. I only have random thrift fabric. Oh, I guess I got that at like Tuesday morning. The fabric that I used for the cover. I was randomly deciding to jump in and do this on New Year's Eve. paper is very stripy. Just want to see. That's a very big postage stamp. I haven't done the scavenger hunt before either. I just found out about it. I guess right before the streamathon, everybody started talking about it. Because Raul put it all to Raul put all of the scavenger hunt or the streamathon together for New Year's Eve, and he was super excited about it and talking about it. So that was the first time I'd heard anything about it. And then I went to Janet Young's live, and she was like, let's talk about it. And she was taking suggestions for like some of the like thing. So beforehand, like the week before New Year's Eve. So it was very fun. Kind of getting some input. So then I was like kind of hooked. What do I have over here in my... I'm wondering if I have any... I had a sheet of watercolor paper somewhere around here. Not very long ago. One of the prompts is use watercolor. So I was thinking if I could find that, that would make a good background for this. But do I know where I put that? Yes, I do. It's right here. See? It's like the perfect size. It could work. Okay. Streamathon was really fun. It was kind of a fun, crafty thing to do for New Year's. That is not. Let's make it like about right there, I think. Okay. Do I know how big I wanted this? No. Okay. We mark it? Maybe. It's funny how, like, I have so many pens and markers and all of that stuff. And when I want one, can I find one? No. It's just not there. And I know there's a pencil around here somewhere earlier. Where did it go? I don't know. And there's pens right there with a pencil right there. But do I look over there? No, but it's over here. Okay. Let's do some watercolor on here. Make a candy postage stamp. Or we could make it with a broken crayon. But let's save that for later. Broken crayon. Well, I guess we're going to do watercolors. Because I don't know where my neocolored crayons went right at the moment. Let's see what kind of candy colors we can come up with. I think I had some washi tape. I want to make a border around this. So I'm going to put a piece of washi tape around here. Kind of sticking it to my pants because I think if I do that, it won't stick to my paper. Are you going to do the stream-a-thon next year, Tammy? I guess, I mean, the finding out about the scavenger hunt at the stream-a-thon is, I guess that's the start of it. So, I don't know. Depends on how mentally prepared you need to be for these things. I tend to just jump in at the last minute on things all of the time. That's just kind of how I function. It's like, yeah, that seems like a good idea at the completely wrong minute. But then I'm always like, oh, well, it would have been nice to have known and planned ahead for these things. How do you want to do this is the question. Probably. I'm thinking in some sort of an organized way, which would be draw some candies. Okay. What are we thinking? Hard candies? That seems to be like what I've been doing. Okay. Right? Simple and easy stuff. It depends on what it is. Sometimes it's fine, and then sometimes it's like, I don't know, I'll jump into like something very much last minute. Like I feel like the Femorember was kind of a thing. And I knew it was coming up, and I don't know, just kind of, I guess that wasn't. I guess I decided to do that before the last minute. Mm, I know what it was. Tony's October ATC challenge. That was very much a last minute decision to jump in and do that. And that was like a daily challenge. It was like a crazy thing to do. But like, yeah, I wanted to make a Halloween journal. That's not what I did, but hey, it gave me something to do. Some of my best ideas come from jumping in at the very last minute. Okay, let's watercolor these. Should we make them all the same color or different colors? What colors shall we make them? Let's do this. Something that'll go with our pink. This is our pink. Are they going to go with our pink? Yeah, that's fine. No, they're not going to go with the pink. That is okay. Okay. So, do I have water up here? That is a very good question. That's always useful. We don't have to go all the way downstairs for water. Alright. Now, we have all these little tiny things. Put water in some of them. So I'm just putting water in the ones that I'm going to color. And I have no idea later which ones I've put. because I'm going to do a wet into wet technique. I am not. I'm just doing what I've seen other people do. How's that? This is watercolor paper that I got at Five Below for $5, which was like a really good deal, I feel like. Because it's pretty nice paper in the whole scheme of things. And I know none of you are going to tell any of the watercolor snobs that I'm using this in my junk journals. Okay. Let's start with yellow. I don't know what color this is going to come out because I like to just throw other colors in there. It's so much nicer when there's like, I mean, breaks and pauses. It's hard if you're doing a daily challenge and it's like every single day and you're trying to post a video. Oh my gosh. Because it takes a lot of work. Okay, it came out yellow. I'm impressed. Yeah, it's not like it's like, publicly available on YouTube. I have this really bad habit, like, of whenever I see a thing where it's like an artist complaining about A, B, or C, I like want to click on it and watch it and see. Like today, I was watching this thing about this resin artist who I'm not the only one. This video had tons of views. Um, oh, I love doing flip through Fridays with Gwen. Gwen is so nice, and it's really kind of an easy way. It's an easy video to make because, I mean, it doesn't require a lot of like editing. It's a really good, easy flip through, and she gets a lot of like followers. And so you'll get like watches on it. And they're just easy videos to make. I haven't done one for a while, but I used to do those. When she first started doing them, I was doing them all the time, every week. And then I kind of just got busy and stopped being able to do them, which I kind of regret. But I have one for this Friday that I want to try and make. I think that would be a very good idea to do those. But yes, as I was saying, I like these dramatic videos where it's like there was this watercolor artist who was like upset and she went in and she did like this whole video because somebody, like people had said something to her because when she was first starting out, she was using like Canson watercolor paper for practicing on. And then she said in a live or in a video that she had sold a piece on this paper. and people had gone after her because she like said that she sold a piece of art like on in inferior watercolor paper, and they couldn't believe that she'd done that. But it was just like a friend who was like, oh, I saw this thing that you did and I would like to buy it, and so she sold it to her. It wasn't like she was hiding anything or anything, so it was just like, see, some craft communities have a lot of like drama. Anyway, and there is some part of me that likes to get in and be like, ooh, I want to know the tea. It's terrible. That's about all I want, is like to see the drama from afar. Let's do an orange one. So we get all the candy cutters. Let's actually clean the brush out better than that, since we just did blue. It's really great if you have journals that you've finished, but you can also just do books that you have. I have a botanical book, which I kind of want to flip through on Friday. Do I have a piece of paper? Let's... I have this really pretty book that I got like a couple of years ago at the used bookstore. And I got it because it was a little bit damaged. Like one of the signatures is kind of loose on it. And I was going to cut it all up. But then I just kind of never got around to it. And I didn't really want to do it because it's kind of still a really pretty book. It's got really pretty botanical illustrations. But also, I didn't really have something to use it for. But I kind of pulled it out the other day. And I think I'm ready to cut it up, because I can use it with my in my journal that I have So I'm kind of getting ready. So I kind of want to flip through it. I might as well just do it and get a video out of it and share it with everybody. Is what I'm thinking is for a color I don't like, I'm going to put this striped pink together with this green because I'm trying to like pink and green together, but I don't. And I'm going to use that as a color combination that I don't like. We're experimenting is what we're doing. Might need to add something to that yellow to give it a little more something because I think it's kind of boring. I'll have to go find my stamps, I think, to put postage on here. I feel like I kind of want to use SpongeBob SquarePants for my cartoon character. Okay, what did I say? We're going to add something to the yellow to make it look less boring. How about some orange? You want to add it to the yellow around the edges? Do you want to? Let's do it this way. Well, thank you. Next, we'll be going into the candy making business, although I have been always very unsuccessful with making candy, so probably not the best thing for me. Might want to stay with painting candies. All these are starting to look like beach balls to me. I do think that doing a candy themed journal starting in January is kind of a choice because I have noticed that I felt like I'm, eating more candy this year than I normally would in January. You're supposed to, supposed to, supposed to go on your diet after the holidays, right? When it's January and all that. And I find that I'm like, well, I'm doing all of this research for this candy journal, so I've got to, partake in the challenge of eating the candy. Plus, I'm doing tomorrow. I've got to start working on the video for my altered chocolate box. So I also had to do a little.
Sister nightly nighty journal.
It's 8:30, guys. Do you know where your sisters are? I should have sent them the link so they could come and do journaling with me because that is an alarm for us to journal together. That's what that is. Okay. See, I'm doing my part. Oops. I mean, I kind of recommend it. It's been a very good January for me. So I think everything's going well with the candy research, on the candy research front. And I can't really complain. I think it's a good way to start the year. Always putting off those, dietary restrictions a little bit longer, at least until after Valentine's Day or Easter. We'll see how this goes. That is part of my candy conspiracy theory as well, is that, they're just kind of trying to get us to extend the season, right? You notice that the Valentine's Day candies came out like before the end of before Christmas was even like, weeks before Christmas, it was already Valentine's Day. You noticed that. And they're getting ready. And I'm sure that, probably here in the next week or two, we're probably going to see candies for Easter if you haven't already seen them. I might have been dropping the ball on my candy research. I don't think I've specifically seen any Easter candies coming out, but I bet it's coming. They're probably on the truck right now, ready to roll out. You know I'm right. Seasonal creep. I don't know why this one is so pink. Thanks, ma'am. Hi, Di. Are you here? All of this time. I'm not saying you should like start researching the candies, but I don't see anything wrong with it either. I'm just reserving, judgment. I think I'm going to add a little bit of blue just around the edges. Mix in with this green. We're making postage stamp for the SCAVVY Hunt journal. If I can go find my canceled stamp, I can do use a postage stamp on this, and I can cancel postage. And that will get us at least 3 prompts with this one piece, which I think we're going to probably have like multiples of a lot of these anyway, because I will probably put canceled postage on the postcard too. All right. My beach ball candies. Candies from the beach. We will probably set this aside and work on something else and let this dry. so we can add some details to it and add the postage and all of that. But there you go. It'll look something like that. We just need to stamp on it like 25. I don't have a cent pen. I don't have cents. I don't have any cents. Okay. Which you guys already know. Bye, Stacy. Thanks for coming by. Mr. Grimm must have fallen asleep somewhere because he did. He found his bed over there after I threw him off the keyboard twice. Should we do a crazy collage with just as many things as we can find? Maybe. I wonder where that napkin went. I had a napkin out. It's like I have these mermaid napkins. And I was going to add that because it was kind of in the right color scheme. I wonder if I have I had a drawn plant that I had drawn. A drawn plant that I had drawn. I had a plant that I had drawn for another thing. And I wonder if I used them all or if, I think I probably did. This could count as create a border. We have created a postage stamp border and we created a border here too. Although I would probably, okay, that's what we'll do next. Watch this. What if we put this here? That's what I'm thinking. That could be fun. This definitely could use a border of some sorts or another. Let's do that. Do we want to put this on first? Maybe. Mermaid napkin. Okay. Let me go see if I can find it. It was floating around on my desk. It's a mermaid napkin. I don't know. I see. And very, very cool to put stickles on the mermaid napkin once you have it down. And I have definitely used this before on another journal. And I think I went ahead. Let me go see if I can find some more of these. I could also stamp fish because I have the fish stamps that I made. And that could be kind of fun. Let's go with a whole thing like that. Bubbles page. Can you guys even see her tail? Because I can't see it on my screen. Okay. Maybe my colors are just bad on my screen. Where do you want to put her? Should we see if we can find another one? We could have fishtails all around. I want to stamp fish. Let's get the fish stamps, because I have fish stamps that look like this. It'd be kind of cool. Kind of cool. Background for this. Hopefully I can find the fish stamps. I did not come prepared tonight to make. So I was at the store yesterday and we were looking at Legos, because that's what we do when we go to the store, is we look at Legos, and they had a kit that had it was a 3-in-1 Lego kit, and it had a seahorse unicorn. And I was thinking that that would be the coolest, most perfect hybrid animal, because who doesn't love a seahorse unicorn? We won't take this too literally, because I usually look at the prompt and I'm like, oh, it says butterflies, so I need more butterflies because one won't do it. And a seahorse is really like a fish, but not an animal. But that's okay. We'll pretend like we didn't know that a fish isn't an animal. Because seahorse unicorn would go awesome with the mermaid, right? I think she definitely needs a seahorse unicorn. Going on over here. I'm really liking these yellow pages today, because I'm going to use all my yellow pages up. That's what I'm going to do. Well, I guess we should find a blue. We should find a blue. We can do green. That makes more sense, right? Under the sea, it's going to be blue or green, not yellow. Okay. Well, I like that. That's a good choice. That's a good choice. I know. Seahorse unicorn. It had to be the thing. So what I'm going to do first, I think, seeing as I don't know where I put my fish stamps, of course. And then today the bonefish was found. Oh wait, look, there's the fish. Okay, these will work. These will work. Look, these are like the perfect fish. Right? Am I right? Look at that. It's awesome. Okay. So I think is what we do is we put the napkin down, and then we'll stamp the fish, and then we'll make a cutout of a seahorse unicorn that we can put on here. And we will have a napkin and a seahorse unicorn hybrid animal, and use a rubber stamp. See, this is where we get really literal again. Does it actually say a... Anyway, it's fine if we made a... It is... Yes, that is... Well, these are the... I made the foam stamps, right? And yes, they are from the Folded Cat. Because but we're going to for sure. And, you know, while we're doing this, we should maybe like get the folded cat and put it over here, because we could put, because I was thinking like this page really needs one of the folded cats somewhere, right? So is what I'm thinking is that is definitely what we ought to do, is put the cat here with the fish inside it. I think he's found his home. But these are indeed the fish stamps that I made left over from that. Because that's the whole point of making the stamp, is so you can use it again. When you need them to fill in your mermaid page. You might find a broken crayon too. Broken crayons, stamps, stamp the fish. Stamp the fish first. First step, stamp fish. Actually, I think we should put the napkin down first. So we put the napkin down first. We don't have to worry as much about... Sorry guys, I'm like just dropping stuff everywhere over here and making a lot of noise. Because you of course want to get the perfect color of stamps for stamping our fish. Ah, that will work. Compartmental making, right? So we can come back to all these things and use them later. I know what I'm doing. Okay. Maybe. I don't really know what I'm doing. I just claim to. Hello, Jenny. I'm working on my SCAVVY journal. And I have mermaids, and I'm working on a unicorn seahorse, a unicorn seahorse, because I need a hybrid animal. And my mermaid needs some fish and a unicorn seahorse. And I hope you're having a fabulous day. This is like the biggest brush I can find. like we're about to really just kind of get into the mixed media because I feel like she's going to need... What else is she going to need? Texture. Tammy got all kinds of like Harley swaps today. Wow. I will have to talk to him about that. You don't like level locked? Would be handy. Then people would ask him like IT questions, I think, and I don't know if he wants that. Just because I've designated him as IT guy, though. Probably. Can you fix my stuff? Now, the question is, now that we've got this going, oh, did we have a question? Yes. Glad you made it. Welcome. I am working on my SCAVVY journal for Janet Young's SCAVVY hunt. Thank you, Jenny. I appreciate you coming. Yes. I had a mermaid napkin, so I'm going to make my hybrid animal for this, which is going to be a unicorn seahorse inspired by the Lego kit, which has a unicorn seahorse in it. And I have fish stamps that I made from foam the other day on Pam's channel when I was doing cat pockets. So you can get that too. I have a postage stamp that I made that's dry. It's candy themed postage stamp. in watercolor. So I'm going to get all kinds of these prompts. I have a bunch left. But we're working on it. I think I want to do more background on this. And I really want my Neocolor crayons to do that. So I'm going to go and see if I can find them. Because, oh, here they are. Fantastic. That was easy. Okay. I think there's a broken one in here. You could use a broken one. I don't know which one's broken. It's kind of green color. You have a broken napkin. Oh, here we go. Turquoise is broken. Broken crayon. There you go. Done. Broken crayon. Accomplished. Let's see. We could probably just spray this a little bit directly. Why not? My tea guy was helping out earlier. While I was running errands. Bye, Tammy. Hope you have a good night. Thanks for coming and keeping me on the ball and pushing me to make unicorn fish, seahorses. It was helpful. Kind of like some of this. It's coming out very cool. The online auctions are very fun, especially when you participate in them. And to buy all the fun things. feel like you get the good deals. Oh, this is cool. Okay. I like it. Okay, so you can see like where the gesso was because it's obviously doing different things where that's at, which is kind of awesome. Okay. I was trying to not sing that as I was doing that. There's no little crabs here. Competition for craft supplies is fierce. No, it's actually very nice. People are usually, in my experience, very open to giving things to other people and even sometimes buying things for other people. It's really nice. I really like how this came out where the gesso was, and then you can see where it's not. It's really cool. We'll have to remember this. Okay. All right. Do we want to add some of this? I think I've actually cut, like I used this napkin on a page before, and I think I actually cut out some like little squiggly things and added to it to kind of add to it. Let's let that dry. Let's figure out how to make this seahorse unicorn guy. What do we want to use? Probably watercolor paper would work really well, right? I think so. If we can figure out where we put it. The remaining piece. Ha. Okay. I'm gonna get our I have a seahorse in one of my journals. Let's have a look at this thing. Somewhere in here is a seahorse. Okay. Now we have a reference. I mean, one of the nice things about the online auctions is if you don't know what you're looking for, and you can just watch and lurk until you find the thing that makes your heart happy, and then you can bid on it. Do I have an eraser that works? I feel like we need an eraser that works for this. What does this guy look like? And how big does he need to be? Let's start with that. We need to make sure we leave room for his unicorn horn. So let's just kind of go ahead and sketch that in first. What are we going to do with this guy when we have him sketched out? Colored pencils, maybe? more. I'm thinking he looks like a My Little Pony is kind of what I'm thinking in my head. Welcome to the channel where fish are now animals. Well, Storage Wars is fun because you never know what you're going to get until after you've bid on it. It's kind of like an auction where... And they have this like belly. I think we definitely want to get that belly. Kind of like a My Little Pony with a fat belly. We could do a... Was it a useless fact or a random fact? Was it useless or random? We could talk about male seahorses and how they give birth or carry the children. This could be a fun thing to have here. I like how this is coming out. Okay. I think he needs a bigger horn and it needs to come out different. We'll fix that in a second. He's going to have a nice cat eye because, you know, cat eyes are good. Give him a little rosy cheek. Okay. Because that's what unicorn seahorses look like. Okay. Thank you, thank you. I thought we were going to have a hard time with this. I thought this was very challenging, but haha, we did it. I think this might work. Maybe. This has got to have someplace, I think, to attach to, because it's kind of like fins. All right. I don't know what's going on there. We'll have to figure that out. And the question is, do I have an eraser somewhere? Eraser would be a nice thing to have. I probably. Wait, I do. I bought a whole pack of erasers because I had this problem before. Life is better when you have an eraser. Or 12. You can be a lot more daring. With an eraser. Hey, Kelsey. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you. It's a seahorse unicorn. It is for the hybrid animal on the Janet Young's SCAVVY hunt. Because I just saw a Lego kit that has a unicorn seahorse. And I was like, oh, well, that would be the best. Hybrid animal. Let's get rid of whatever this is because it's confusing. Let's see. Where did our thing go? All right. I think we should use a lot of stickles on this as well. But let's do that last. Okay. We put this on watercolor paper so we could use more watercolor crayons. And you just kind of put some, what this is, well, purple and orange, I think, is what we're gonna do, with maybe a little bit of yellow. Yep. Okay. I think I'd run into this kind of a problem before with this, is that there's not a whole lot of like good oranges in here. Yeah, I'm lacking in oranges. Thank you, Level Locked. I think it's very darling. I think there might be like a burnt sienna in here, which might not go, but it might go. You don't know. You don't know that for sure. Let's kind of do this part and see where we're at. Do we have? We can use that. That's kind of vermilion. That'll work. That's orange. Use that for the dark parts. What color are unicorn seahorses anyway? Rainbow colored. Rainbow colored unicorn seahorses. I think this is going to be a really fun page. Very fun page. Okay. Oh, I think we'll do a little bit of gold watercolor for the horn on our seahorse because I just think that's super necessary, right? Also, let's add some metallic watercolors because, yeah, that needs to happen. Let's get a smaller brush because we don't have to stick with the massively large brush. Nobody said we had to do that. I think those should like extend out somewhat. Right? Be kind of spiny. Spiny seahorse. I think that's somebody's name. And a bit shading. I kind of like how that looks. Thank you, Lisa. I think it's a lot of fun. I kind of had this idea and I wasn't sure if I wanted to attempt it on camera. So, because, but I think it's okay. I think it's going to be okay. What could go wrong? Right? I think we need a little bit more shading. And kind of under this. And then maybe you could give him a little bit of like an orange nose kind of a thing going on. So that's less stark. Ew. Back to the small brush. Like that. Do a little bit of dark bits. Darker shading. You could go on this all night. Okay. Just coloring in your unicorn fish thing that you made. Right? See if we can pick up a little bit of that. Put in here. Okay, let's let this guy dry a little bit. I think we might have to fix his eye. But I also kind of like that, so I'm not really sure. Let's set that aside for a minute. Okay. We want to add some stamps to this. That's not the color we wanted. Where did our... No, of course, underneath. These are going to be lovely little fish. I think these are the closest that I have to these colors that are already here. So, that's going to be a question. I probably left all kinds of whatever color orange I was stamping this with last. How's that going to look? Looks like blue. Okay. So now we can stamp some little fish friends around. So kind of the idea would be to blend the napkin fish into the, other fish. So it looks more like it's kind of supposed to be there. And, might as well go with groups of 3. We've lost our other fish. And the bonefish is once again the only fish we have. We'll call him the spiny fish today. Maybe we'll put a spiny fish on there. Should we put a spiny fish on there or not? I wasn't going to. But that was when I had 2 fish. And now my little fish is gone. I should have stuck it on here. Where'd you go, little fish? Are you underneath here? See, this is what happens when we get all excited about stuff. Everything starts to disappear. I put glue on it, and now it's probably stuck onto something. Don't be afraid, little fish. Exactly. What have I thrown? Okay, well, you can always make another one, but also, I really don't want to spend, 3 days on this. These fish stamps, man, they just really like to disappear. All right, we're using this one again. It's fine. You can add more later, too. It's never too late to add more fish. Right? Let's try this plum one. That's very dark. That's okay. It's under the ocean. Things get a little dark sometimes. Maybe put that one right over here. Let's just do it. Oh, yeah, you should have put something underneath it. Okay. Because what's going to happen is I want to kind of stamp this over this other fish and see. Nothing happened. Okay. Surprisingly. There we go. One more. Fish school in groups of 3. You all know that. Okay. That's cool. Okay. When we find the little fish, he's going to go on here too. But that's going to be all the fish for now. We should make some little bubbles. But I have a feeling like we're going to have some splattered watercolor going on and glitter and all kinds of things. So these things are always impossible to get them to work. Should ask my Stampin' Up! Lady about this. Juju! Okay. I am keeping an eye on the time, so it's about 20 minutes till Juju, which time I'm going to get off of here so I can go over there and watch her do crazy things. Okay. Now that I've buried the seahorse, I think it's what I might do is cut this out now. I think this is as good a time as any. I don't know where it's going to go, but we can add to it after we cut it out. Maybe. I have no other plans for that. We'll see. We will know more once we have cut this guy out as to where he might decide to live. I hope Nova didn't eat that fish. That is what they prefer. Gonna have to yell at her later. Did you steal my fish? Oh, see, I can fix their spines right now. In case I didn't like them. So tomorrow night, I plan on working on my altered chocolate box for Curiously Michelle's altered candy box, which goes from starting February 1st to February 14th. And she's got a whole lineup of people working on this. I know Pam is doing it, and I think Cheryl's working on it too. It is a storybook. Oh no. I mean, now you're going to have me writing a whole mermaid unicorn storybook. That would be fun. It is kind of a storybook. This can be the candy conspiracy of 2026 under the sea. Edition. It is very fantastical with mermaids and sea horse unicorns. Unicorn seahorses? We like it. Okay. All right. I feel like put him over here. Or we can put him partially covering the mermaid. I kind of like over here, which means that probably we're going to have to paint at least part of this white so we can paint blue over the top of it. I think that is kind of the way we're going to go with that. Okay. Let's find the white paint. Should we just skip to the gesso, or should we put down gesso, or should we just skip to the blue? I think we'll put this down. This should cover it. This is really opaque paint. I think so. We are getting there. I think we should add in some of the gesso just to make it kind of blend so it's not quite so, if I can get any out of here. This is nearly empty. Why do I even have this? This is like Okay. We got the blue. Good idea. White. Not a great idea. Oh, wait. You have a little bit. You have a little bit. That's all we really wanted, I think. It's just enough to add a little bit of. So it's not just completely blue. Cut what other end? The tail? So it goes in the. We have this flip out too. Oh, it is done. Yes. See if I can do it without cutting my finger. Very hopeful. I think they schedule the trains to come through like when I'm on lives. Because I never really notice it at any other time. So I think they do it on purpose. But maybe it's just I don't pay attention. I knew it. Dang it. Okay. I think that is something like what I was after. Was a little bit of not completely. All right. I feel like we need to cut that part out. And I would need to have my super sharp scissors. Probably. And then we're going to cut his tail off. Oh no! So we can stick him down. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for this to dry, and then I'm going to stamp some more fish over on this side when that is dry. And I think it's what I want to do is add some more details here and paint his horn gold for sure. Are we ready to do that part? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But we'll add some more details with some colored pencils. And then I will decide if we like this, and if we don't, then we can put like a star or something on his around his eye. Would be cool. Let's see. Why are there never any like dark orange colors? I'm actually not going to use those. Let's use the other ones if we can find them. We could. It's a good idea. I think he can live over there. We did make it kind of long. Long in the tail. I don't think we want to cover up the castle. I don't know. I suppose it doesn't really matter. We could put him down here. And then with the fish, I feel like he's more balanced up here. And I kind of like him. Maybe something like that. I think that would be the best place. I wonder if we could make it so his tail is kind of like popping up. Like put it up on top of something. So it gives it some dimension. I like that idea. I think I have some stuff. Some stuff. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think like that is kind of cool. It is going to have to go into the fold. But I think it's going to have been necessary for it to kind of tie the two pages together. I think it'll be okay. I was going to cut it and then just kind of reassemble it. So, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm going to leave it as one piece and just have it.
Cut up some cheese.
Fantastic. I would love some. Don't tell Pam. She doesn't like cheese. I think it's going to be okay in the fold. Because I'm just going to fold it and I'm going to raise it. Probably right there. And it'll just travel with it. And it's going to be brilliant. Okay, let's not overcomplicate this. I'm kind of now thinking if you could make it so it was like an actual like pop-up thing, but I don't want to like try and figure that all out. Okay. Hi, kitty. It's Bertacroot begging for food is what I hear. Yes. That is what we hear. Oh, it's 10 o'clock. I should get off of here and send you all over to Juju's or wherever it is that you want to go. I'm going to go to Juju's and work on this. But I am going to get off of here. Thank you so much for coming. And I will be here next Tuesday. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but that's a long time from now. But thank you so much for coming, and make sure you hit that like button on your way out, and I hope to see you over at Juju's. This is going to be fun. I'm excited to put some glitter and sparkly, stickles on this, and some more fish. And probably needs some seaweed over here. Cool. She's not on yet. I'm sure she'll be on soon. I think you were going to put up a link for a raid. That would be cool. Okay. Well, if you guys want to go raid Juju next, when she comes on, I think everybody should kind of push to get her to 1,000 subscribers soon because she's been stuck at like 700 and some for forever. She should be like over 1,000 by now. So if anybody has any ideas on how to promote Juju more, I think that would be awesome. I guess I should thank the Lego company for making seahorse unicorns a thing. Because this is a lot of fun. Okay, well, we can stamp that because it's dry now. What color do we have? The teal on the turquoise. Will that work? No, probably not the best. Let's see if we have some pink colors. We're still stuck with these big old fish because we never found the small one. We will go raid Juju if she comes on. Which she should love because she was talking about that last night. All right. There we go. We can all head over to there and surprise her. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, guys, everybody, thanks for coming. We'll see you there. I think it announces that, like, there's a raid coming from, or that our channel is coming over to join or something like that. I think so. Wah! Just a scream when you come in. You didn't do it right then? Oh. Yeah, I don't know how to set up a raid either. I was going to look it up, but I couldn't figure out how. So we'll have to do it next week. If it's just the link. I think there is a way to do it. This needs to be inked. Okay, I'm going to get off of here for real this time. I'll see you all over at Juju's. You can follow the link, and I'll see you there. And thanks for joining me. I really, truly appreciate it. And I enjoyed the company. Yay. All right. Happy Tuesday, guys. Bye. I keep forgetting my mouse is over here and not over there. And I moved it. And now it's gone. Really and truly gone. Did I carry it away? Okay. Found the mouse. Bye.